Welcome back. Last week, a coroner's court determined that the shooting death of 17-year-old Elron Johnson was justifiable homicide. Johnson, who is believed to be from the Camp Road community, was shot and killed by an off-duty police officer while attempting to commit armed robbery at a business establishment on the corner of East Bay and DeVoe Street, known as the Double Dragon Restaurant. Particulars are that Assistant Superintendent of Police LaRon Moxey shot and killed Johnson during the course of that armed robbery attempt. Johnson's family members not pleased with the ruling. It is the third such ruling by the coroner's court in the past few months. Each year, the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida sends their hurricane reconnaissance aircraft to visit different regions to engage meteorologists and media to allow them the opportunity to see firsthand the function of the aircraft. Today, the Hurricane Hunter aircraft visited the Bahamas and made a stop at Odyssey Aviation, allowing the media to tour the high-tech aircraft. Director of the National Hurricane Center, Michael Brennan, speaks about the readiness and safety measures during hurricane season.
But just a reminder that last year we had 20 named storms during an El Nino year. We had very warm waters in the Atlantic in terms of sea surface temperatures, which tend to result in a more active season. But for the people of the Bahamas, the message is that you're really at risk every season, regardless of what any seasonal forecast says. It only takes one storm affecting your area to make it a busy year. And given the location of the Bahamas, you're at risk the entire hurricane season, all the way from June through November. So it's that preparedness and readiness has to be there every season, regardless of what any seasonal forecast says.
Acting Director Gail Munker explains that the Bahamas is impacted heavily by storm surges and excessive rainfall due to the islands being low-lying.
Well, first, the Bahamas we are low-lying, so we don't have mountains, like other countries may have. So what that makes us quite vulnerable, especially when it comes to storm surge. We have seen the devastation that actually storm surge can do to us because we are so flat. What that allows now is for the storm surge to go even further inland. So the more powerful these storms are, especially depending on which area they're coming from, we can expect more storm surge. So as a country, because of our low lying, we are very vulnerable to storm surge. We're also very vulnerable to excessive rainfall and all of that. So the Bahamas is quite vulnerable, so we want to let people, especially those in coastal areas, to be prepared and to begin preparing for hurricane season again.
Director Brennan says hurricanes are not necessarily getting worse, but their impact on communities is getting worse, and Bahamians should take more precautionary measures to protect property and ensure personal safety. The 2024 hurricane season calls for 23 named storms, with the season beginning on June 1st. And finally, the Office of the Prime Minister recently announced Executive Chairman of the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Institute, BAMSI, that's Senator Terrell Young. He will be taking on new responsibilities within the Ministry of Agriculture while maintaining his role as a senator. Additionally, Leroy Major, chairman of the Bahamas Agriculture and Industrial Corporation, BAIC, will also assume new responsibilities within the Davis administration. The statement said Senator Young and Mr. Major have been pivotal in advancing the country's agricultural sector, and that the office is confident their expertise and leadership will continue to contribute to the government's blueprint for change. That'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.